between them. The rest of the organ, you look at the first arch closest to the stage, the base of the arch, you'll see 3 small gold arches with no light coming through them. Another 2 chambers, one on either side. And then if you come back to the 4th arch from the stage, just above the seat, you'll see a little bit of decorative grill work in the 3 arches. There's 2 more chambers there. Follow that 4th arch, about a third of the way up the ceiling. You'll see 2 more chambers in the ceiling. So all of those hide the 33,000 pipes behind them. The organ is controlled from the console on the main stage. I know that looks tiny, but you're nearly a city block away from it. The console is close to 16 feet tall, giving you an idea of scale. So again, all of this massive machinery comes together to play music for you. There are no speakers. If you want to know how many speakers we have, 33,112. Each pipe has 1 pitch, 1 tone, 1 volume. That's its only purpose in life. And you may notice some lighting changes during the recital today. That's actually how we control sound. The rightmost windows in the left stage chamber are dark right now. That means their swell shades are closed. But as they open up to let more sound out, you'll just see the work lights on behind them. And we only do that for organ performances. If this is in a general performance for the building, the lights remain off and the sound just echoes forth. Any questions?
You just read a lot of numbers. I'm not seeing them in here. Is that information we can find online?
On our website, sure. And there's also a photo book there that gives details the construction. What's really interesting, we use those today for active restoration because the negatives were 10 by 12. So you can actually zoom in and see individual writing on certain pipes as well as screw locations. So really, really lucky to have that because most of the blueprints were destroyed either in the architect's house fire or when the company closed in the 1970s. They all went to the dumpster. So.
Do you allow the video?
Yes, we just ask that you don't take more than a minute worth of video and that you don't post it. All right, I'm going to quiet down and let Cheryl take it away in a moment.
should come here in person. For those who perish on the sea. Play ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the world's largest musical instrument. At no point today did you hear more than 40 to 50% of what she's totally capable of, and it shows I'm coming up on 10 years here and I can still be shocked. The humidity that's making us all feel miserable today, you heard with that last blast of the loudest organ rank in the world, the Grand Clyde, just hangs in the air for almost 10 seconds. So quite remarkable we get to experience here on a daily basis. These recitals Monday through Friday from Memorial Day to Labor Day, excluding national holidays and a few other dates that the building is in use. Every day at noon, they're free. You can come and see a new organist each day. We have 23 different organists here this summer. And if you'd like to see inside the organ, Wednesdays from April through December, we offer a curator's tour that takes you inside the chambers of the organ. And that's at 10 a.m. on Wednesdays. The tickets are available on our website or by scanning the QR code on our side just outside the building. We have two large events this summer. On July 16th, we have an indoor auto show with classic cars on the arena floor in conjunction with the Atlantic City Air Show, and that's followed by a silent film on the main instrument. And then on August 20th, we're doing a trio concert of the Wanamaker organists. So Peter Richard Conti, Grand Court organist, Dylan David Shaw, and Rudy Licenti, assistant Grand Court organists, will be playing here since the Wanamaker building is closed right now while they undergo construction. So there'll be a nice change for what we have, but there are regular organists here too. And they'll be followed by a Back Bay cruise with dessert and champagne. So tickets are available on our website starting the end of this week. So we hope you'll join us for that. We have the world's largest instrument, but the world's smallest gift shop. There's 2 CDs available there. Deck the Hall, which is holiday music, and Big Screen on the Boardwalk, which is movie music from the last 100 years of film, or something you might want to bring back with your trip from Atlantic City here. So we hope we'll see you again soon. There's also 2 iPads if you have a brief moment. Take a survey that helps us win the grant that allows us to keep these performances free to the public. Thank you again for coming.
While we were standing, the flag was behind us the whole time.
Excuse me.
That's okay.
Well, let me see if I can get down this escalator in flip-flops. You know me. I'm so impatient. I'm a person who walks down the escalator while it's moving in flip-flops. Is that dangerous? Let me get out here and I'll talk to you for a minute. Thank you so much, everyone. I don't leave these up and I don't monetize these. So, but what I'm gonna do is buy some CDs, probably the Christmas. I'll probably buy 2 or 3 of the Christmas CDs and then give them away as, that's my way of continuing to make donations, but then I can also give those CDs away to you at Christmas time. I don't know what am I doing? I'm gonna stop right here for just a second. Okay, so I don't know if I'm being seen or heard, but I will purchase the Christmas CDs. And then also, if any of you are so inclined, because you happen to really enjoy the pipe organ, and you've heard the history here that was given, you also know that they're just over halfway through the restoration of this instrument. They have a long ways to go and a lot of money to raise. So there are ways to give if you are somewhere and you just want to give $5, $10, or even buy a CD for yourself. You can go online to Historic Organ Boardwalk Restoration. I'll put some links in later on. And you'll get a chance to donate. And that's really why I bring these to you, to increase people's knowledge of this instrument, that it's here and that it, I can't wait 8, 10 years until it's fully restored, you ought to hear it in person sometime if you're ever along the Jersey Shore, this here in Atlantic City. So I'll say goodbye to everybody now. That's the end of that. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and we'll just say goodbye. Let's everybody say goodbye. Let me see who was here. Can everybody just say goodbye for a minute so I can see who's here or who was here? Okay, Karen, and I'm gonna go swim now. I've got my bathing suit on. Bye. Oh, Anne and Randy, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad that you were here for a few minutes. Just those 3? Okay. Oh, Mary says hi as well. And Mary, I think I saw that you really enjoyed, which one? Eternal Father, strong to save, for those in peril on the sea. Goodbye. Thank you. Bye. Bye, Pamela. Bye, everyone. Goodbye for now. Okay. Let me hit the button. I'm ready to swim. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here I go. Here we go. Bye.